Hello, everyone. Hello, Manola. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Aman. Hi, Zorka. Good to see you again today.
Hi. Hello, everyone watching us. We are like in a little different configuration today. So we're very happy to come with another question. We like questions because good questions give good answers. so, so we have a question today, and our question is vibration part of my daily awareness? So I would like to ask one of you if you want to start, maybe Daniel, with that question. Is vibration part of your daily awareness?
Mm. Well, I don't know if I'm the first one or the last one that should be asked that question, because some of you might know, one of the pillar of my life is sound work, is playing, working with sound and and bringing sound spaces and consciousness to what sound and vibration is, to have an understanding and to have an experience. So, since I'm obviously the first one who is going to say something about this, I think vibration is uh, is so essential in every breath of life. When we inhale, when we exhale, there is a vibration that goes out. When we speak, when our heart beats, when our thoughts are fired up, are stimulated, there is some vibrations that are generated by that. When we have emotions, feelings, when our heart extends to someone or a certain situation, there is a vibration that is generated and it is happening. One thing about vibration is that very often it's not visible. We cannot see it with our plain normal eyes usually. That's a big factor, and this is one of the things that I've uh, played with in different like workshops or so, or different teaching settings, to be able to see, visualize vibration. And there is ways to do that. So, but just to come back to the simple approach, first approach of vibration, it's mostly invisible, mostly. Even though when the wind blows in the leaves of the trees, we see that wave of the wind. This is vibration. It's very slow going through the leaf of the trees, the branches. But this is a vibration already. So we can sometimes perceive it, but we just need to be aware of it. And I think I'm going to make it very short, but the first approach that I have about vibration when I hear that word and I'm questioning myself, is it something that is in my awareness on a daily basis? I can definitely say yes, because of my background and my passion in life, and my willingness to really, or eager and excitement to discover more about vibration. So it is everywhere in life. I'm aware about vibration on a daily basis. Probably it's hard to say how many times, but very, very regularly. So yes, for me, it is something that is part of my daily awareness, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about it.
Thank you, Daniel.
Welcome.
Yeah, I know vibration is a vast subject. It can be very subtle and very, um, from my perspective, very visible. Like, unlike what you just expressed, I mean, it's just a different way of looking at it. And like when I see like some kind of movement, like in some kind of material, it can vibrate. Like for example, if I give it like a movement like this, the material will vibrate like this, so it will create like a wave. So that's a way for me of looking at it in a much more denser, gross way. And for me, vibration has to do with movement. Vibration means there's movement. And as Daniel was saying, he's all about sound and vibration. Me as an energy person, and um, pers- perceptive, um, I, the way I perceive reality is always through energy, and vibration um, can be faster, can be like slower. The movements can be slower, faster, and I think we call a lot in our language of energy vibration. We call it a lot about frequency. We used to hear this word frequency when we refer to vibration, and we know that the highest the frequency is, and the faster the vibration, and the lower the frequency is, the slowest the vibration. So things vibrate at a different level depending on what kind of element or energies is at play. And so yeah, to answer that question, for me personally, I really am aware of vibration in my life a lot, because that's also my passion from a different angle than Daniel with his sound. But I love looking at life from an energy perspective. And for me, energy literally, um, it's almost equal to vibration. Their energy and vibration is almost the same. So that's where I'm standing with a little bit about what I just heard, and I want to hear about vibration with from you, Aman, and see how we can weave this together.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry if I may. I'm sorry. Just one thing, very short. When Zorka said energy and vibration is almost the same, I would really add and make clear that it is the same. As soon as there is any vibration of anything in the universe, there is energy. Because if something is moving, it's because of energy. Otherwise, it would not move. So vibration and energy is the same thing. I just needed to make that very clear from my little more scientific perspective.
thank
Go
you.
ahead, Aman. Your
Thank
turn.
you. Yeah, I remember myself when about 40 some years ago when I was in pain, and I didn't believe of any of these things. I was in pain and I was trying to find a solution. And for the first time when I had the opportunity to work with my yoga master, and he mentioned something that changed my perception about my experience with pain. And I realized he mentioned something like, if there is a stagnation of the flow, you are going to experience pain. And at that moment, I felt like whole universe is a flow. And if there is anywhere that there is some hiccup or some interruption, we are experiencing some hardship or some pain or something like that. And that was the first time I look at that. I looked at vibration and frequency, and then it starts shifting because I realized, wow, so if there is a pain, I can pay attention to it and invite it to move. And as soon as the movement starts, the pain subsides. Then the whole last 40 some years was this experience for me. And when I look at it, I like to see how much we are aware of our daily up and down, mentally, physically, mentally, emotionally, how much we are aware that when I'm down, so my vibration is in a certain way. And how much I'm aware if I change that vibration, I can feel differently. And how I can calibrate it and manage it by my own choice instead of being um, getting controlled by outside changes. Like, just imagine I'm driving in a LA and I'm sitting in the traffic. If I get pissed at the traffic, LA and traffic is never ends. If I shift something in myself in that relationship, maybe put a good music or start listening to a good book, and don't expect that be different, all of a sudden the way I feel and the way I experience is different. So my vibration is different. So my experience in that moment is shifting. So my intention is mainly more bringing some questions and invite everyone to be in those questions. And it's like uh, how aware I am during the day, that when I feel happy, how is my energy? How is my vibration? How is my frequency? And when I'm sad, how is it? So this way, to be aware of it and see how I can manage it. Because I know Daniel can move the volume up and down and control it. Now, how can I move it in myself, or how can I be aware of dealing with it? That's the questions I want to propose.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mm.
Well, maybe one thing that came to my awareness while you were sharing the relationship between your inner vibration and the flow of life going through you, or you resisting to it, is I have a little analogy with sound, and it's very simple. When there's a sound produced here, if you put a wall that is like a paper wall, the sound is going to go through almost with no resistance. If you put an iron wall, some frequencies, the higher frequencies, because it's very hard metal that is very conducing for sound, is going to transmit very easily somehow higher frequencies and maybe block some other ones. And if you put like a big chunk of butter, a wall made from butter, heavy, thick, fat thing, the sound of that thing or that voice or person is going to sound like go through. It doesn't flow. If we as interfaces sometimes between a certain situation and other people or ourselves are in a space where we are tight and as tight as a chunk of butter, or if we're totally relaxed and supple and flowing in the wind like a leaf, then we let these vibrations come through and we can dance with it in a much easier way. Quick example from my sound mentor. He was living in New York, very close to a subway that was driving by almost next to his window. And at the beginning, when the sound of the metro was going by with this wild squeaking and screeching and thing, he was like, he would froze and say, "Oh my God, it's hard." And after a while, he realized that when the metro was coming, and he would make the same sound, start to resonate with the sound,
Doesn't
his
bother.
body, and it was not so traumatic, and he was not so imprinted in his body. So that's kind of little, a few little examples to see how we can influence what is affecting us from the outside and resist to it, or starting to find a new flow, a new vibration to be flowing with it. I think the word flow is a key, Aman. You said it, right?
Mm. Yeah, it's interesting what you talk about, Dana, because I think the flow is one thing, and then there's also for me being able to meet a certain quality of energy, because all of us have had traumas or things happen in our lives where we have blocked certain kind of vibrations or certain qualities of energies. And so when that happens, then of course there will encounter resistance. Every time this energy or vibration will come in contact with us, this energy will encounter like resistance. And so when we start to become aware of the resistance, then we can start to actually work with the vibration that is coming to us to start to meet it, make friends with it, and start to discover it in a way that we can start letting it move through us. And I think that's the whole purpose of our personal growth, is not to change who we are, but to start to own and be able to open the palette of colors and sounds and vibrations that we're able to dance with and to let through our field and through our life eventually. That's, yeah.
Wow, it's interesting, especially that analogy about butter. I loved it. We have some beliefs in our uh, daily life that those beliefs is like a thick butter that doesn't certain energy moves around us. I love that. and and what comes to my mind is I like it that we go through some questions, so it's maybe everyone think about it, and maybe another session we talk about this in a different way, but after some experiences that we do, it's like uh, when I'm experiencing sadness, how is my vibration? How is my body? How is my emotion? How is my, it's like a body, mind, emotion, and energy or vibration. So it's like a
So, Aman, it just cut off. So could you just maybe repeat the question about sadness? And there was some interference.
yeah, I got it. So what I was saying is like being aware, not only from my body, be aware of it, be aware of my mind, be aware of my emotion, and also be aware of my vibration. How is my vibration? In a Chinese, they are saying you are not happy because you're successful. You're successful because you're happy. So the happiness has a certain vibration. It's like asking for success comes to it. So what kind of vibration daily I choose, and in what, how daily I'm, how I'm operating daily with a certain vibration. What type of vibration I used to. I remember myself most of the day I was so like this and tense, and now these days I'm relaxed and smiling. That's a totally different way of being. And so my invitation is everybody being in that, how I feel, how is my body, what's going on in my head, and what is my vibration right now. Start relating to ourselves, not only as a only uh, I think so I exist, like Descartes. What was it? Je pensais,
Je
je
pense,
existais.
donc je suis.
Je pense, donc
Okay.
je suis.
Yeah. So it's not only about my mind. It's not only about my thinking. And also for some of us that we are always in drama and emotion going up and down. It's not only on emotion. So start paying attention to all of these layers and relate to it and see what is present. And maybe another talk, we can go through it and see what we can open up inside of that.
Yeah, it's a great invitation. I think it's curiosity and observation is definitely always the first step to growth.
Observation, as you taught for many years in yoga, observing, being exactly where with what is in the moment is really the first step. Because if you cannot observe, acknowledge, and understand and feel what's happening here now with you, how you want something else? You don't know where you are. Where do you want to go? If you know where you are and you can feel what's happening here now with this kind of deep introspection and listening, simple listening, there's nothing to be done about it at the moment, but just listen. And then that already usually changes something. That's one of my little secrets that I'm giving out. When you practice enough observation in a neutral way, things are already changing. But that might be for our next talk in more details. But yes, the key is observing at the moment. So can you resume what you said, Aman? What is the task for our listeners, or the options to introspect, how would you formulate it in a very simple, clear way for them to practice this week about that piece?
Yeah, sure. Not only check their body and see how they feel in their body, also be aware of their mind and be aware of their emotion. And when they are aware on this, and also pay attention to their vibration. My vibration is
Mm.
high. Is it low? Is it low frequency? Is it high frequency? How I feel? What is the normal name that I have for this vibration? Oh, I'm sad. Oh, this vibration is comes with my sadness. Or I'm angry. My energy up is angry, but also you can be your energy up when you're excited. So it's seeing these things and it starts like creating some kind of a relation between how their body experience, how their mind and emotion, and their frequency or vibration, and relate these things and just be observant of it. And then maybe another session we can talk about that more in detail.
Great. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, I think it's the first to be able to talk about something. It's really important to have the experience and especially to have relationship to the experience. So I think it's a great invitation. So I think I would like to leave you all with this invitation that Emanuela just gave us. And unless you guys have something else to complete for today, I think we're fine. We're good.
I just have to say that there's probably a lot more to be said about vibration, a lot more. So this is number one we see, but there's probably a lot more. There's certainly many more things we can share with you, tricks and hints to be with that and grow with that consciousness of our own vibration. So that's the first one of a series probably. So really looking forward to meeting you next week. We send
Yeah.
you our best vibrations. Be well, take care of yourself, and vibrate in the space that is good for you.
Yeah, like they say, it's like being high vibes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful week.